Good evening, folks, from Roscoe, Illinois, over at the Love's Travel Stop. So, I know I said I'd check in with you last Sunday, but, I got to Millis, I got to driving, and I got greeted by some wonderful snow up in Wisconsin on Sunday. So, I did my 2 days of orientation, flew through them because I'm kind of a badass, just saying. I got my truck on Wednesday morning, and got my first load, got sent up to Chippewa Falls, Wisconsin, and got a load out of Schlitz beer. Never even heard of that stuff. But, okay. We got that load, ran it over to Richfield, Wisconsin, dropped trailer over at Richfield Yard, dropped that. They sent me up to Horicon, Wisconsin, where I got a John Deere load. Cool thing, I got some Gators. I drove those things when I was in Guantanamo Bay, Cuba, when I was in the Army. Still as fun as I remember. I took one over a snowbank. It was kind of insane. So, I ran that load out to New York, upstate. I'm not going to New York City. You couldn't pay me enough to go there, and I'm from Boston originally. Screw that shit. So, I kicked off over in, where did I go? Well, someplace east of Rochester. It was 2 stops. I know one was Savannah, New York, and there was another one that I can't remember the name of. We'll just say East Bumfuck, New York. From there, I went over to Baldwinsville, New York, and picked up out of Anheuser-Busch. Got a whole load of beer. Actually, it wasn't beer. It was like some kind of alcoholic iced tea. Took that down to Granite City, Illinois, over by St. Louis. Kicked that off this morning. And then ran over to Budweiser over there in St. Louis, if anyone's ever been there. It's kind of interesting because the directions I got didn't mention take a right once I took another right, or which way the gate was when I went through it. Nonetheless, I dropped and hooked there after with my empty from Granite City. Picked that up, and now I'm in Roscoe, Illinois at the Loves. I got to be in Sheboygan, Wisconsin sometime tomorrow morning. I actually haven't looked at what time I got to be there. But I cut out about 5 o'clock this afternoon. I started running late, and then I got back to an early schedule somehow. I don't remember how I did it, but I did it. What can you say? Super trucker, right? I'm just kidding, guys. No way. No super trucker. Don't forget your gloves. Oh, and your cowboy boots and your cowboy belt and your Wranglers and your plaid shirt or cowboy shirt. You're from Boston, and you're trying to be a cowboy. Just call me a city boy. I've lived in Elkhart, Indiana now for 10 years. Some people like to say that I'm more country than city now. I just don't believe it. Nonetheless, we're here. And I don't know what else to say. Hopefully, things are going well with Millis. I left out Wednesday. It's now Sunday. So far, I have about 2,400 miles in 4 days. I think. Wait, Wednesday? Well, half a day. We don't count Wednesday, I guess. Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Yeah, 4 days. I'm not doing so bad. It's like about 25, 27, something like that. And the work weekend's Tuesday. It was a lot to take in 2 days. I'll give it that. It's when I started at TMC, when I was young, out of school rookie and didn't know anything about trucking. I did. My dad was a trucker, and my mom didn't want me to get into it, but I got into it, and now I'm doing it. I found out I was really good at it. I'm not saying I know it all, but I've been doing it now for 7 years in March, and I'd like to think that I know just enough to get me around. But you know what they say in trucking: if you're not learning something new every day, you better get out, because you know it all at that point, and you could cause an accident. Never lose respect for your truck or the business. They say Santa Claus brings gifts to those kids. I'll tell you what, just call me Santa Trucker. And to the adults, call me Santa Beer Trucker. I delivered plenty of beer this week, and I'm actually quite impressed at Millis's operation. I got it's not brand new. Had 320,000 miles on it. I got a Kenworth, and I think it was a T680, or this is a T680. It's a fine truck. I got to Millis. They seem to treat their drivers very well. the pay, the benefits alone are insane. You get 401k. I decided, well, it goes into the stock market. If you know anything about 401k, do your research, you'll find out. But I can retire in another 20 years, let's put it that way. But I have other retirement benefits from other my Army days, and something else coming up that's going to help me greatly. I'm not going to say I'm going to get rich, but I'm certainly not going to live uncomfortable. So I'm quite happy with that, and I'm not trying to like toot my own horn. Toot toot. I don't know what else to say. Truck number 7002, Chris Ciadello, the big deal. If you want to come check out Millis, feel free to comment, subscribe, share. I'll do the best I can to help you out and guide you in your search for a new company. I will say this, with the benefits and taking per diem, it's about 44 cents a mile, but with the bonuses and stuff, it really works out to be 51, 52 cents a mile. At my experience level, I'm maxed out at 54. I'm quite happy about it. This is the most I've ever been paid in the trucking industry. Now, I had a great orientation guy. It was just me in orientation. What else can I say about it? The gentleman's name was Joel, and my recruiter was Peggy. And I have to say that, yeah, they said the right things, but so far, so good. They've come through. I hope I haven't screwed up too bad this week. And I've done the best I can to catch up with the short amount of time. But I'm running OTR. It's 2 weeks out. You get 2 days off after that 2 weeks. If you want to go regional, you're home every weekend. So obviously you get home Friday night or whatever day you want to get home, and you take a whole day at home, and then you go back out after a 34. So, I mean, they've got everything, like Southeast. They don't run west of I-35. They do run all 48, but their main running area is east of 35, and they do run northern Florida around Jacksonville area. They will go down to Orlando. Heck, the only place I've been first week, I'm impressed. I just not a big fan of the Midwest, even though I live in it. But I like to go other places other than the Midwest, and I'd like to spend my 2 weeks in, the Southeast or down someplace warm and understandable. They're getting a big storm down there in like Tennessee and the Carolinas. So you all be safe out there. I don't want you to get hurt. Feel like you got to shut it down. Don't be a big deal and make it a big deal, because you put that truck off the road, and that could be your life or somebody else's. I want you all to stay safe out there. Keep that shiny side up. And again, like, subscribe, and share. You got the big deal, and I'm out. See you later.